Thank you all for making the time to join us for today's webinar. My name is Natalie Taylor, and I'm a content marketing writer here at Feedvisor. I'm joined by former Amazonian Andrea Riposati, founder and CEO of Dante Labs. Andrea, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Andrea Riposati, founder and CEO of Dante Labs. I spent 3 years at Amazon before my current role, where I work on the marketplace for lab and industrial supplies in the B2B business, Amazon business, and I build tools that are used by both sellers and Amazon people that manage the marketplace. Thank you.
Okay, and I do quickly want to mention that we will be sending out a link to today's webinar recording and the presentation. And we've also blocked some time for a Q&A at the end. So if you have any questions throughout, we encourage you to enter them into the space below, and we'll try our best to get to all of them. 82% of consumers say price is a very important factor when selecting a product on Amazon. As Amazon has established itself on the mission to be Earth's most customer-centric company, and providing consumers with the best possible prices compared to other retailers or marketplaces is a major part of that. 82% of consumers also say that they go to Amazon to check product prices prior to making a purchase decision. Sellers and brands on Amazon know that they need a competitive pricing strategy to win conversions on the platform. In fact, 51% of brands say competitive pricing is the most effective strategy that they leverage for driving sales on Amazon. So today we're going to dig into all of the layers of your Amazon business that are impacted by your pricing strategy to give you a full, deeper understanding of pricing on the platform. This will include the fundamentals of pricing on Amazon and its impact on the Amazon product page, differences between revenue and profit-focused business objectives and when you should prioritize one over the other, pricing strategies that go beyond the buy box, and some short-term tips and long-term strategies to help you drive sales. So on that note, Andrea, I'll let you take it from here.
Thank you. So price, as Natalie explained, price is extremely important. But in the seller world, price is many times managed in a very emotional way, while the right approach to pricing is a rational, scientific approach. And as we can see in the next slide, usually a lot of sellers make the mistake that price is just valuable for the buy box. And Natalie, sorry, can you please just click on the next slide? Thank you. But price is not just the buy box. Although if you Google price and Amazon, and the results that you get, it's a lot of blog posts about how to win the buy box. But again, price is not just about winning the buy box. And as we can see in the next slide, actually price is extremely important. And as we used to say at Amazon, there are no good products or bad products. There are only bad prices. So an amazing high quality product sold at the wrong price, like too high, will be a failure. And similarly, a very cheap product, even like a Chinese knockoff, like the worst quality product sold at a great price can be successful. And so price, and as we can see in the next slide, it's really like a key generator and a key driver for your revenues and for your products. And luckily, price has been studied for centuries in economics. And so we have a lot of papers that tell us, and a lot of studies that tell us how to manage price and what the price impact is on revenues and profits. So just starting with the basics, a higher price leads to a lower quantity of units sold, everything else being equal. What does it mean? That for the same product, with the same conditions, at a higher price, you will sell less units. And this is true. And this is true across all sectors, across all types of product categories on Amazon. And then the second basic equation, which is very simple, is that revenues are price times quantity. And this line, this equation is what's called a demand curve. And this is what we will use today to understand the impact of price on revenues, profits, and generally speaking, on your success on Amazon. So by using this equation, let's move to the next slide. We can see how there is a price which will maximize your revenues. And this price here is represented by a price of 9, which leads to a sales of 30 units. And this is mathematically the price which will maximize your revenue. The good thing on Amazon and online in general is that you get a lot of visitors, you get a lot of orders. So by changing the price, you can actually build this demand curve and you can understand what type of price will maximize your revenues. But then you can also take different decisions. And so in the next slide, we see two different price decisions. One is the red rectangle. The second one is the gray rectangle. Both of them lead to the same revenues, but they lead to completely different products. In fact, in the red rectangle, you're selling at a high price, 12, and you're only selling 22 units. But since you're only selling 22 units, you're probably making a very good profit on those units. And for sure, you're making a much bigger profit than if you're selling at 6. Because if you sell at the price of 6, you're selling 38 units. So same profit, same revenues, but completely different profit. And this is important because when we look at Seller Central, and when we look in general at most dashboards, we focus on revenues. But with different prices, we can have the same revenues, but then the profits are completely different. And so this is very important to keep in mind. And so if you think about Amazon, there is an evolution in the way you should approach pricing. And so in the next slide, we see that this evolution starts from the buy box, where we're used to think about pricing only as a driver to win the buy box. And then the next approach is to think about pricing as a way to win against competitors. So not competitors selling your own price, competing on the buy box, but competitors selling your own ASIN, competing on the buy box, but competitors selling similar products that are directly competing with your own. And so in that case, if we are 3 different sellers on Amazon, and all 3 of us, we are selling the same Spider-Man Halloween costume, a similar Spider-Man Halloween costume, so we are competing, but we have different brands, and so price becomes a way to win more sales and to rise in the best-selling rank. But then price, also forgetting about the competition, is also an important driver of the economics of your company and of your business. And so price will determine whether or not you will increase your revenues, you will maximize your revenues, you will maximize your profit. And in the end, if you will make money or you lose money, so in the end, if you'll be successful or not. And specifically, in the next slide, we can see what is impacted by pricing. So first of all, the number of units that you sell, as we have seen from the previous charts. Then we have revenues, we have profits. Now, if you sell a lot of units on Amazon, forgetting about revenues and profits, you will climb the best-selling ranking, which means that you probably will have a bigger sales in the future, and your product is very likely to appear on the first page of search results. Now, price will also impact quality perception by your potential customers. If the price is too high or too low, customers may think there is something wrong with your company. And even if the price is too low, they may think that the quality is not as good and maybe your reviews are fake. Then there is also perception versus the other competitors. So if you have higher price across the board in your company's portfolio, people may perceive you as a supposedly higher quality company. But then they may even perceive you as just an expensive company. So it's important to keep relative pricing constant across your product versus the other competitors. And then price in the consumer's mind, as we have seen at the beginning, is super important because it determines what people perceive as a share of their disposable income. So if an item costs $100, $200, $300, the user's perception will be different. And what you will think is, how much is $100, $200 as a percentage of what I can spend every week or every month on items that I buy on Amazon. And then, now going back to economics and moving to the next slide, I said that with price, you can maximize revenues or profits, but the key point was that everything else remained the same. So everything else remained equal. Now, the reality is that things change, and so things change in economics really mean that the demand curve moves. So with this price, with the same price here, the demand curve is moving, and so we're gonna sell more or less units of this product. And the demand curves move because the perception of your product has moved. And so in the next slide, we can see why the demand curve moves and what it means for you. So if you move the demand curve positively, it means that with the same price, you will sell more units. But then if you move the demand curve negatively, it means that you will sell less units with the same price. Of course, you want to move it positively. So what you want to do is you want to increase your average reviews, the number of reviews, the best-selling rank. But then there are also some factors that you cannot really control, like other competing products. And so you may keep your reviews constant, your best-selling rank constant, your price constant, but then you have a new product being offered on Amazon, and then you will sell less units. And what has happened mathematically and economically is that the demand curve moved because of the competitors. And finally, you can use ads to increase the traffic on your product. In that way, if you keep the conversion rate the same, you are likely to increase the sales at the same price. But now, going to the next slide, so you have economics, you have tools, you have equations that you can use to manage your pricing on Amazon or anywhere else. But what's important is to have a real strategy around pricing management. And the strategies should start from the goals. So what are your goals? Your goals could be you want to maximize the profit for those products that you're selling. Or the goal could be you want to clear the inventory in your warehouse, and then you're running a promotion. Or your goal could be you want to become the #1 best-selling item on Amazon, and so you will lower the price. And goals can be tactical or can be strategic. So maximize revenues, maximize profits are usually strategic goals. Sometimes tactical goals could be you want to destroy competitors' products, so you really want to increase the sales. Another tactical goal could be you want to be successful during a Black Friday promotion, so you run a great discount and to have great sales in terms of units. But whatever your goals are, it's important, first of all, that you're clear with yourself. So you keep these goals in mind. You write them very big on your desk or on your wall. Then that you monitor and improve those goals all the time. And that also you monitor and improve pricing all the time, because you could keep your price constant, you could keep your goals constant, but the Amazon marketplace evolves and you will have new products, new competitors, new reviews by customers. So you always have to monitor and improve your pricing. And then moving to the next slide, I would say my key message today, after having seen many sellers, like thousands of sellers on Amazon, and after being a seller myself, is that the best way to manage the price on Amazon or online in general is to have very economic strategic goals and to forget about emotional goals, which is very hard. And emotional goals are like, hey, it's back to school, so I need to run a promotion because I got that email by Amazon. And Amazon is very good at selling emails, reminding us sellers to run promotions for back to school, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and Father's Day, and an event. We don't have to. If you think it's bad for your economics, or if your goal is to maximize profits, you should not run a promotion because you may not achieve that goal, and it's fine. Another emotional goal is to match a competing ASIN's price. But price wars, as it's very known for the buy box, are not good. For the buy box, what happens is that if we are two sellers and we compete to win the buy box, we will just lower the price and then destroy the profit from that ASIN. But the same thing can happen if we have two different ASINs We are two competing sellers. And so we run a price war on these two ASINs. In the end, we will lower the price and we'll destroy the profit for both of us. Another emotional goal is that you had a bad day and you just want to boost sales, so you're going to run a promotion so that at least when you look at Seller Center on your phone, you feel happy. And I've done that. We should not do that. These are not good goals. Again, good goals are maximize revenues or maximize profits. Those are the best goals. They're different goals, but they're very clear and they will lead you to a long-term success, either on the revenue or the profit side. But good goals can be also tactical or short-term, like climb the best-selling list. Because it's great to be the #1 product on Amazon best-selling list. It's great to be the Amazon choice. So these are great goals that make a lot of sense on Amazon. But again, what's super important is to leave the emotions away, outside of the room, and then to set very clear goals so that you can manage price to maximize those goals. Thank you.
Thanks, Andrea. So just adding to that, nearly half of consumers are not going past the second page of search results on Amazon, and 26% frequently buy the first product listed on an Amazon search results page. So the prices that you set for your products can greatly impact your search rank, conversion rate, and sales performance. So you want to be sure to perform a competitive analysis to understand at what price points your competitors, both on and off Amazon, are listing similar products. If you price your product strategically and competitively, your conversion rate will benefit. At FeedVisor, we recently launched our dynamic product sphere pricing technology, which is the only AI-based dynamic pricing technology for brands, private labels, and single seller SKUs on Amazon. And it allows you to set the pricing strategy according to your business objectives, such as revenue, profit, or liquidation. If you're concerned with your Amazon sales and search ranking, you can use ProductSphere to implement a revenue-focused price optimization in order to improve your rankings, accelerate sales, and identify the sweet spot prices that positively impact your sales demand. Our clients have seen a 30% average improvement in contribution dollars and a 27% average increase in sales. Above anything on Amazon, consumers are enticed by competitive prices. Optimal pricing will generate more sales, which in turn can lead to improved sales rank and organic search placements without sacrificing your profits. So as a result, you'll be able to understand the importance of tracking the impact of price changes on your SKU level performance and demand, and also gain incremental reviews and organic traffic once the Amazon flywheel has been accelerated. Now, before we dig into some questions for the Q&A, we have a brief poll that you should see on your screens now. And also, as we head into the holiday season, your search rank and pricing strategy is especially crucial to outpacing the increased competition. So to help you prepare for the holiday selling, you can download our holiday readiness guide for free at the link provided here. And now let's open it up for the Q&A. And first question we have, what about using shipping charges to modify prices and increase revenues or profits? Andrea?
No, that's a horrible idea. I think today online and especially on Amazon, you should always offer free shipping. Even if you are not FBA, you should still offer free shipping. And there are some studies actually run at Amazon that show that, let's say if you're selling an item for $21 plus $3 of shipping, so for a total of $24, and then the day after you're selling the same item for $25, so higher price, you will actually sell more units with the second price because it's $25, but then it's free shipping. And people perceive they're paying $25 for something worth $25, but they're not wasting money on shipping. So that definitely always use free shipping.
Thanks, Andrea. Next question. Would you say that pricing is the most important variable to optimize in order to gain success on Amazon? If not, what's more important?
I would say the most important variable or activity on Amazon is measure. So measure is really like measure items. So measure all the variables like sales, all the outputs. So like sales, traffic, conversion rates, also the inputs. So the number of ASINs that you have, the reviews, the description, the titles. And really, success on Amazon is driven by measurement and measuring all these variables every week, including price, and then compare results week after week and work to improve the results.
Should I use only prices such as $9.99, $24.99, etc., or can I use other numbers?
I would say on Amazon you can use other numbers. People are now used to buy items for $12.15 or $24.20. On your own website, people expect to see full prices, also either $50 or $145 or the $49.99. But on Amazon, people are used to see prices that do not end with 99 cents or they're not like round numbers.
Okay. How often should you be changing your prices?
Even multiple times a day. Well, not by yourself, like programmatically, but you should definitely change your price multiple times a week so that you can find the best price to maximize your goals. And also, you should change the price to see how customers react to your price changes. And then you can build your demand curve and you can discover what the best price is for your product, how sensitive your customers are to pricing. And you may have surprises. You may find out that people are not sensitive to prices, or they're only sensitive to price changes higher than $50, or that they're super sensitive to pricing. So if you change your price even by $1, then really the number of units sold changes a lot.
Okay, and next question. What factors should you be looking at to determine your private label prices?
So definitely your costs. You do not want to end up losing money on Amazon or anywhere else. Then also your competitors' prices. If it's a comparable price, you cannot be too lower, like too far away from your competitors. Usually, too low, too high. If it's not a competitor, it's not a comparable product. You may have a higher-end version of what your competitors are selling, or a lower-end version. Then you should really look at how much your customers will spend. And in the end, you should not just set the price at the beginning, but you should try different prices and then see what the best price for you is.
Okay, and we have time for one more question. Besides sales rank, how can you measure a product's performance against the competition in your own specific category?
So another way is to see if your product and the competition, what products appear on the first page of search results, which is also driven by sales. Another way is to check the reviews, the number of reviews, but also of course the scoring. And then also you can try to use some tools, either by Feedvisor or by another company, that estimate sales on Amazon, although they usually use the sales rank, so you're actually comparing yourself using the sales rank.
All right, we have one more question. Any other tips to make your merchant listings buy box eligible?
So reach out to the Amazon support via Seller Central. Sometimes the merchant is not buy box eligible for I will say for not very important reasons, and the Amazon customer support can actually help you with that. But then always sell, because if you sell, then your seller account has orders, has a performance, and in that case, Amazon will make you eligible for the buy box.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much, Andrea. We appreciate your expertise. And thank you to everyone listening in. For anyone whose questions we didn't have a chance to get to today, we'll be sure to follow up and get in touch with you. And thanks again. Enjoy the rest of your day.